Oh, I'm filming. So, hi. I didn't know I pressed the button. I love my behind the scenes videos for this channel, especially because I feel like it's more like me talking, like, like I'm talking to a friend. Like I'm not like it's my other channel, my main channel. I feel like I'm presenting more. It's more of a commentary channel. Like I'm commenting, giving my take on things, giving my take on topics, and I'm not an expert on anything really, except, well, I'm studying psychology, so I'm coming from a place of kind of presenting things from the perspective of someone who's majoring in psychology and studying to be a mental health counselor. But besides that, I'm just like everyone else. So, but it's refreshing to come on here and to just share with you. Today I didn't have anything planned to talk about. And, I haven't posted in a couple of weeks because there's just been so much going on. My bunny Benji got sick yesterday, and I was tending to him. I was planning to film, but he was not feeling well. He wasn't eating, and if you know anything about bunnies, you know that that's a problem. If they stop eating, that could be very serious. They could die if they don't eat within a certain amount of hours. So I gave him something called critical care, which is like you have to force feed them. And that's traumatizing for just not the bunny, but for me as well. And I gave him some gas drops, and fortunately he feels better. Today he's eating, he's back to his normal self, but yesterday was a day. So needless to say, I couldn't film yesterday. There was just too much going on. Plus, it felt like all my clients were having meltdowns at the same time. I don't know what it is. That happens all the time. It's like one client will have a meltdown, and then another client will text or call. They're having a meltdown. And it just felt like everybody was having a meltdown, and Benji was sick, and I was having to try to force feed Benji and then calm my client that was having a meltdown that was totally spinning out right after, and trying to do that in between, taking care of Benji in between. It was so stressful. It was so stressful. And not to mention, I finish school next week. I graduate not this August, but next August 9th. And I'm trying to get everything situated and finish my classes and my homework. I only have one class left. I finished my other two classes, yay! But I have one class, my health psychology class, that I'm finishing up. And I actually finished that class the day before I graduate. So it's like, I'm down to the wire here, trying to get this taken care of so I can graduate. And I'm trying to manage this channel, or my two channels, because I have my main channel and this channel, my vlog channel. My behind the scenes channel, as I like to call it, because it's just me unfiltered, and, it's just more of a vlog. But I'm excited to graduate. I'm relieved already, even though it's not over yet. I feel like it's taking forever, but I'm getting there. Just 1.5 weeks left, and I'm done. Even though I have to go back for my master's, but I won't start that up until next year, probably next year in the fall, in 2026. So I basically have a year. Well, I'm not going to be off completely because I have to study for my GRE exam. If you don't know what that is, it's like equivalent to like an SAT in high school, but for graduate school. So I have to study for that, but I can do that, on my own time, and if it takes me 2 years to do it, whatever. At this point, whatever. I just want to finish my undergraduate degree, and I graduate literally, I graduate on the 9th, my birthday's on the 17th, so that's I can't even think right now, but it's like almost a week after I graduate, I turn 43 years old. So the idea that I actually graduate before my birthday is exciting too. And I always said, as long as I get my master's before I'm 50, I'm okay. I really want to go for my doctorate degree. I'm hoping that I could go for my doctorate degree, but it depends on a lot of factors, mainly finances. We'll see what happens. But I do plan to go back to school for my master's, but I just want to get this bachelor's out of the way. So there's that. And in my main channel video, I talked about the Epstein scandal, and how I feel cynical. Like, I do. I don't, like, I'm watching the news, and have you heard of Azealia Banks? I didn't know of her. I didn't know she existed. Okay, so she's obviously not that famous, but she's a rapper, and she's pro-Trump, and, you know, it's like, if you're pro-Trump, that's one thing, but she was basically saying that it's okay, like, in the old days, like, if you were a minor, like 12, 13, 14, it was normal to kind of be with an adult, you know, for girls. Because I'm sorry, if you're 12 or 13 years old, if you're a 12 or 13-year-old girl, you're a girl, okay? And she was basically saying, like, it's okay for girls to be, you know, with men that are, you know, 30, 40 years old, which is crazy, you know? So it's like, seeing things like that is really discouraging and disillusioning. And I wonder, because I know not all MAGA supporters feel that way. I know that. You know, Joe Rogan recently said that a line has been drawn in the sand. And this is like Joe Rogan. He is like one of the pillars of the manosphere, as they call it. So the idea that he is speaking up and speaking truth to power, essentially, is inspiring. So I have a little hope with that. But overall, it just feels like we're not getting anywhere. Pam Bondi could release the file. She could redact the sensitive information and release the file, but she's choosing not to, for whatever reason. You know, maybe Trump is not involved in this. Maybe he has nothing to do with it, but is he trying to protect people that are implicated? And which, to me, feels a little hard to believe, because, you know, Trump doesn't come across as the person that would try to defend other people like that when he's getting, you know, the type of heat that he's getting, you know? So, and he's like, Trump is like, oh, well, Biden could have released the files. If I was implicated in these files, Biden would have probably released it. And I thought about that. I was like, okay, he has a point, but I don't think it's just Republicans that are implicated in the Epstein files. I think it's both Republicans and Democrats. This is a bipartisan conspiracy. It's really not even a conspiracy, because it's like all out there. But anyway, but this is, whether it's, you know, Clinton or Trump, I don't care what political party you are in. If they did these things that are alleged, then they should be brought to justice. They should absolutely be brought to justice. This is not about political party. This is about your daughters, your nieces, your granddaughters. You know, there could be boys involved. I don't know. I mean, apparently it's just girls, but it doesn't matter. Children, your grandchildren, becoming victims of something like this, and the people that violate them don't get held accountable because they have a certain amount of money in their bank or a certain amount of political power. What kind of country are we if that's okay, if we allow that to happen? What does that, like, where does that leave us? Like, how are we going to just, like, pretend that, you know, like, sweep it under the rug and turn a blind eye, as they say, to something like this? Yes, it matters. The economy matters. Yes, the groceries, the prices of groceries matter. That is important. You know, the global tension and the conflict in the world, that matters. But this matters too. And I would argue that it is more important than a lot of that other stuff, because there's children involved. How can you go to sleep at night and put your head on your pillow and fall asleep knowing that you are turning a blind eye to some of the most atrocious things that man could do? So, I'm not going to get riled up, even though I kind of feel it already. I talked about this in my main channel video. The heat is just insane. I think the heat index today is like 120 plus where I am. So I have this neck fan. I got this for 20 bucks on Amazon, and I got this cooling vest, and it has pockets where you can put like cooling packs and freeze them and put them in the pockets, and it's keeping me cool, and it really works too, by the way. I got this for 10 bucks on Amazon. Like, not bad. It has 4 pockets in the front, and you can't see, oh my god, oops. 4 pockets in the front and 4 pockets in the back. So, and I have this neck fan too. I have it on low because if I put it on high, watch, it's loud, you know? And I want to be mindful because the microphone. Something's in the dead cat. Anyway, so I have it on low. But the heat is just crazy. And I talked about this too in my video about the climate change. Like, I think climate change is just insane. I'm terrified. Now I'm really starting to get worried because I feel like there's a heat wave every week. You know, much of the country, I mean, you're talking about Minnesota and Canada, that their heat index is like in the 110s, 120s. Like, are you serious? That doesn't seem normal to me. I know they get hot occasionally, but occasionally, not constant. Constantly it's been getting hot. So, I don't know, man. I'm just like, I'll be honest, like I was thinking this morning, I was like, it feels like the world is falling apart. Like, it really does feel that way. I'm trying not to be negative because I am a very optimistic person. But even I am starting to feel cynical and jaded. And for someone like me to feel that way, when I'm usually the one that's the optimist in the room, I have to say, I don't know. I don't know. I still have faith that things will turn around, but it's probably going to have to get worse before it gets better. That's my sense. Because we have no choice. Like, what are we going to do? Just like allow everything to fall apart? Our political system, our democracy, you know, our planet, Mother Earth, like, we're just going to just let that fall apart? Like, we have no choice. So, I am, yeah, we all have to do our part. So, I had no real agenda today, as you can tell, but I did want to talk about those couple things. And, you know, so tomorrow, I am planning to go to Weeki Wachee State Park early in the morning, and I'm going with my best friend, Christy. I'm going with her, and we're going to go kayaking, and I'm really excited about that because I need it. It's like therapy for me, so I cannot wait for that. And I want to go again with my mom in the next couple weeks too. And I want to go by myself. Like, I love to go to places like that by myself. I like going with friends, but I like to go by myself too. But Brian gets scared. He thinks that, you know, there's crazy people up there, and he worries about me being by myself. So, you know, I'm trying to, you know, be mindful. I don't want him to worry about me, so I'm going with Christy tomorrow, and I plan to go back with my mom again. Brian isn't into that sort of thing. He doesn't like it. I beg him to go, and he just doesn't. So whatever. Anyway. So yeah, that's my world. Just need to get through next weekend. Just need to graduate, get that over with, and then I can breathe a huge sigh of relief. And you know, I can't wait till that's done. So, how are you guys feeling in your world? How are you doing? What do you think about this Epstein stuff? Are you under a heat advisory? I mean, share with me what's going on, because this is a two-way thing. I want to know about you, and I respond to every comment. So please let me know. And I hope to see you in the next one. Please stay safe, guys, and please stay cool. Bye-bye.